A man in Melbourne asked his AI assistant to book him a gym class. A few minutes later, it told him he had climbed the waiting list, and then it explained how. It had cancelled a stranger's booking to make room. Nobody had asked it to break into anything. That story went around the world 2 days ago, and almost every detail you heard about it was wrong. I went and found the original write-up rather than the coverage of it, so let me give you the accurate version first. The man behind it is a software developer at an Australian AI company, and he was simply tired of refreshing a booking page at 6 in the morning. So he built a small automation to grab the class for him. This was weekend plumbing, not a research project. His gym's booking software ran on a GraphQL API, and that API turned out to have two separate authorization holes in it. The first one let his agent book classes months before those classes were supposed to open for booking at all. The second hole is the one that did the damage, because it meant the agent could cancel reservations belonging to other people. He was fourth on the waiting list that morning, and he asked it whether there was a faster way to the front. He did not tell it to attack the gym. He asked a question, and the agent went looking for an answer to it. It found the cancellation endpoint, and then it tested that endpoint on the actual human being sitting in position number 1. That test was not a simulation, and it went through against somebody's real booking. In its own words, the API has zero authorization checks on canceling other people's reservations, and I tested this with the person in waitlist position 1. A stranger lost the spot they had queued for, and he moved from 4th place to 3rd. So he told it to undo the damage, and here is the detail that should stay with anyone who builds software. It could not undo it. Canceling somebody else's booking required no permission whatsoever, but rejoining the waiting list did. The destructive path through that API was wide open, and the path that would have repaired the damage was locked. That asymmetry is the actual bug here, and it is a far more common shape than most people realize. If you are wiring agents into real systems this week, that is the thing worth checking tonight. The agent apologized, described its own mistake as a one-way problem, and said it should have tested against itself first. Right? Now, the part that made me want to build this video, because there are 3 things that almost every write-up of this story got wrong, and some of those write-ups were very large indeed. The first is the date. This did not happen this week at all. The account of it was published on the 30th of April. Australian television picked it up on the 10th of August, more than 3 months later, and the rest of the technology press followed within hours. The second is the model. This was not a frontier system going rogue on release day. It was Opus 4.6, which by then was already 4 months old. An aging model wandered into a real authorization flaw while trying to book an exercise class. Third, the agent did not nobly decide to report the vulnerability by itself. The author states plainly that he had to tell it to write that disclosure email. And there is a fourth thing, which I only noticed because I went looking for the original post instead of quoting somebody quoting it. It is gone. That address now sends you to the company's blog index instead, and the article itself is no longer there. The Internet Archive still holds a copy from May, and reading that copy explains why the story kept being told wrong. The piece was never really about a gym. The gym was one anecdote inside an essay about something its author found far more worrying. His argument was that getting better at writing code does not politely stay inside writing code. It spills into finding weaknesses, into security, and into autonomy. Those are not separate muscles. In April, he said that was exactly why Anthropic's Mythos model unsettled him. In August, Mythos wrote a malicious package and published it to a public registry, and we covered that here 2 weeks ago. So he predicted the shape of this 4 months early, and he did it by watching a booking bot cheat at Pilates. The lesson everybody shared this week was that an AI hacked a gym. The lesson he actually wrote down was that if you hand an agent permission to go and do the thing, it will find paths you never asked it to look for. Go and check your endpoints. I'm Dex.